Hello, dear students. Welcome to Become a Good Problem Solver event organized by the Gym Foundation. In this session, we are going to see the solution for the junior math problem published on March 2026. One of the most important problem solving skills is to identify what is the important information in a given problem and what are those details that really are not relevant to the question asked so that the students know where to pay attention and what to ignore. So you will understand these skills by working on the problem that's published in March. So to get a good problem solving skill, you can follow the research proven four-step framework of called as UPA technique, which means the understand, plan, execute, and reflect. So, the mathematician George Palya has developed this technique of four steps, which will help children work on the problem systematically. And one of the most important issues that students are facing nowadays is to how to understand a problem, how to comprehend it, and approach a problem. There are some important ideas that you can apply, like underlining the key terms, and then asking yourself some guiding questions on what is given, what has been asked, and how to find the information that is needed to approach with a solution. So you can draw, model, or visualize, or even rephrase the given information in a better way, and also look for patterns and relationships. So in this session, we are identifying some specific skills which we will improve by working on the solution. And as I mentioned earlier, in this session, we are going to see how to pay attention to information that is really needed to work on this problem. So let's read this problem and then underline what has been given and asked. Shankar is going on a trip to the beach. The total distance to the beach is 260 kilometers. His car has a 60 liters fuel tank capacity and can travel 1,20,000 or 120,000 meters with full tank capacity. Petrol station A charges rupees 4,000 for 25 liters of fuel, and petrol station B uh, charges rupees 2,370 for 15 liters of fuel. Which petrol station is economical for Shankar to fill his fuel tank to its capacity? So there seems to be so many numbers being given here, right? So let's see the guiding question. So we have underlined. So what does the word economical mean in the question? What does it mean? Economy basically means which is a bit cheaper or at a lesser price, which will be good for us to buy. So economical basically mean which is a bit better price for us, so that we do not spend more money. So, what does this question then actually mean? Which petrol station is economical? Meaning, which petrol station gives the petrol at a relatively lower price? So, the word economical here refers to lower price. So, they are essentially asking which station he can fill his tank to its capacity, which is at a lower price. So, for this to be found out, what is the information you need? You may need how much rupees he has to pay, Shankar has to pay, if he has to fill his car in petrol station A or in petrol station B. And they are also telling filling it to its capacity. So basically, to find how much he has to pay, what information do you need? So you may need how many liters of petrol he has to fill, and what is the like you can also maybe draw, like for example his car needs this, right? So assume that this is his car, and then in this car he has 60 liters of petrol he need. And do we really need to know what is the total distance of the beach? No. And do we really need to know how much distance it can travel? No, because the question is not asking anything about the distance covered. The question is just asking about how much he has to pay and which is a better station. And they are also not asking exact rupees, right? So then, if it is a 60 liters, and which petrol station is better? So, petrol station A gives 4,000 rupees for 25 liters, and petrol station B, right here, it gives rupees 2,370 for 15 liters. So basically, they may be having different kind of amount. But then, how do you compare both of them? So this is when that you need to understand that both can be compared when there are different ways of telling the information. They can be compared by having a unitary operation. Meaning, if it is for 15 liters, it is rupees 2,370. How much you have to pay for 1 liter? So basically, if both of them are having the same quantity, then you can compare, right? So then how do you get the unitary operation? So for 15 liters, um, so let's take the petrol station A, and then for 25 liters, it gives 4,000 rupees. So how do you find for 1 liter? And this is basically the unitary operation. So if there is 1 liter, then you can divide 4,000 divided by 25, and that will actually come approximately as 160. So this is 160 rupees for 1 liter. And similarly, let's take petrol station B, and that petrol station B, it can actually have a 15 liters tank. Yeah. So it has a 15 liters tank, and then like if it is for 15 liters, they say it is 2370 rupees. So then similarly for 1 liter, you get 2,770 divided by 15, and if you do the long division or short division, you would get rupees 158. So then, can I just stop it here, or do I need to calculate how much Shankar has to pay for 60 liters? Because his tank full capacity is 60 liters. But is it actually needed? It's not needed, because when you have to pay for 1 liter in petrol station A, if 1 liter costs 160 rupees, then 60 liters will cost 60 times 160. But do I really need to calculate this? Is the question. Because if the price is different for 1 liter, then it should be different for 60 liters as well. So then, just by having a look at this A and B station, can we decide which is a better or a cheaper comparatively price? It's the petrol station B, right? So petrol station B is the economical one for Shankar to fill his fuel tank to capacity, and these steps of calculation is not needed because the question has not asked for these details. It has just asked for whether which is the economical petrol station to fill his capacity. Yeah. So therefore, this is a very simple problem which helps us understand among all the details provided which ones to focus on and which information is needed and relevant to work and the question asked and find the answer to it. So, students, I hope with this simple example, you will be able to understand the skill of finding the right and relevant information and applying it to find the solution. Thank you. Stay tuned for the BGPS problem, which is published every 15th of the month, and you have 15 days to work on it and share it on the link that has been published. Yeah. Thank you.